right, everybody, welcome to the stream. It's Friday, it's spooky, and I've got some San Pellegrino water just to make it a little bit better. Because I'll tell you what, guys, I'm feeling tired this week. I feel like nothing's happened on the market, yet at the same time, yeah, a little bit lower energy. Maybe it's all these options, all this manipulation going on in the markets. Is that right? I think it is. Anyone else feeling a little bit tired? I'm feeling hyped. Don't worry about that. But I'm also feeling a little bit tired. So today, of course, we will be covering off our indices discussion, obviously going through the US 500. We'll be going through the Nasdaq. We'll be going through our crypto Bitcoin, and we'll be talking about our favorite stocks, going through each one of those, plus some commodities on the side. Why not? There's plenty to cover here moving into the weekend, moving into witching or quadruple witching event. Now, if anyone doesn't know, where was that handy little image that I shared? There it is. The handy little image that I shared, guys. That's what it is. Lots and lots and lots of different things expiring at once creates two things. One, it could be increased trading volume, or two, intraday volatility. So I think last time we didn't really see a huge amount of massive change of trades. We just saw a little bit of volatility. And actually, the Thursday session can be the one that is more volatile. Let's see what everyone's doing today. What is going over here? Finkin79 says, cough, AMC, cough. I'm saying PLTR if you watch today's video. Look at this. Very impressive, guys. Very impressive. I actually do like this split as well. I probably didn't really bring that up enough. That was a great double bottom in the direction of trend. It comes off the previous resistance, got a great reversal. Let's just have a quick look at it just so you guys can see it in the future. When you do see these, you can scale into them early. So basically, it's what we love. We love to see patterns within the trend. So when you get that double bottom, obviously coming off resistance, the more important part here is the speed at which it reversed. And then, of course, this particular green day. So you could pretty much scale here. And because of the way the double bottom that came in, it was highly likely to break yesterday. If you're not in PLTR and you're feeling the FOMO, I probably would say scaling is your best friend. Because there is always that chance it comes back down and tests 27.31. I've had that alert there for a long time. So when it went through during the live stream, that was pretty sweet. Let me just quickly draw a box up so you guys can see what I'd be looking for. Something around that kind of location. Should it come back down, we want to be able to pick it up off around a 27.50. And ideally, we would see a pullback, movement forward, movement back, movement forward. And the eventual aims would be $30. And then, of course, you guys know PLTR could have some serious movements in it. So pretty exciting and certainly a very large move. Now, I was almost late, guys. I've ordered one of the new iPhones. They may be partially trash, in my opinion, but I needed to get one of them. So not for myself, but I did need to get one of them. And their website, useless. Useless, guys. Terrible launch, just like last year. I'll give you a top tip. Tom's top tip, use the crappy Apple app to make your purchases if you want to get in and you want to get on that first day. If you use the app, without fail, you always beat everybody else. But if you use the website, I'm going to say it, Microsoft Edge. Yes, that's right. Microsoft Edge gets you in the App Store faster. If you want to get that. PK Subban says iPhone sucks. And then Finkin79 says it's the iCult. That's right. That's right. But look, everything sells out nowadays. Everything does. Let's have a look at these markets. We'll move over to the Nasdaq first. So Nasdaq's in our red box range. We know that we've had a couple of slight resistance beats. We've also had the futures get up here a little bit higher. So we might as well just slightly adjust that. We've got to be market adaptive here. So we've had a little bit higher here on the closures. For the bulls, all you're really looking for is a bullish close above this zone, probably even taking that out. Pull back ideally to get your last scale in. And I guess we're going bullish. For the bears, what you're looking for is a full reversal here underneath this little area in terms of the futures. So we have to go into the 1 hour now. Take a look. Yeah, probably get underneath this will be your first signal. Okay, we're going actually bearish for the day. So there it is. You get underneath this zone that's been caused due to the fake market futures. And all of a sudden, we're talking more about getting back down to the low. And of course, moving maybe even through this low. Through this low is such a serious deal. If that occurs, real weakness, I believe, will enter the market. That's a seriously important area. That's that 15,360 closure underneath is required. So we've got our resistance, we've got our support, we're in a channel. We know that when we break out, we go towards the 15.7, but I feel like we probably go even higher than that just based on the fact that we've had that little bit of a dip. Yeah, it could go really, really different. Now we've got a $4.99 donation coming in here from Abhi 2223. Thank you very much. Your TA on AMC made me a decent chunk of dollars yesterday. So keep doing what you're doing. Love this community. Thanks very much, Abhi. I appreciate that. We will continue to cover the AMCs and all of if it's good TA. If it's bad TA, I'm not that much in love with the short squeeze concept. So I'll cover it as long as it's got some good TA on it. And then when it doesn't, we'll dump it to the curb and come back later. That's just my style. Hey, some people like it, some people don't. But that's all right. I'm sure you guys. Do you guys like that? Do you like it when I just cover it if it's got some decent TA? I probably need to scrap a bunch of the list actually at the moment. There's some trash that we look at the moment each day. So here are the key levels, key resistance, key support for in between the session. Underneath, really could sell quite heavily, I think, for today. Above, you're looking for, frankly, it could be actually pickups for further bullish movement. Let's have a look at the US 500. So the US 500 is, I would say, the biggest kind of good resistance that we have. And why I say that is because this 44.90, look at this. Just absolutely just cannot get through this. Support, resistance. It's been weakening a little bit. We've got a 1 hour 200 sitting on it. I like this chart way more than the Nasdaq from a strength weakness perspective because it's got such great levels on this resistance. So again, out above that, pullback would be ideal. And then you're talking about taking that back into the 45.50. From the bear side, what you're doing is you're kind of hoping it sells anywhere here, but if it gets back up, it sells off. And I actually think if it gets underneath this, and I'll ask the community this right now, if it gets underneath this 44, let's call it 40 zone, do we think that the daily 50 is actually going to hold it up? So remember the daily 50, let's get rid of this trash can one. The daily 50 has not been able to hold. Let's go SPX here. There we go. Has not been able to hold this market. Has been able to hold this market several times. But do we think it will be able to hold, considering if it closed underneath this zone, it'd be so close to it? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Andrew T.O. says, Apple sold out of 1 terabyte iPhone 13 Pro. Who buys that? Are you dumb? Don't be dumb, guys. 1 terabyte, that's stupid. You buy the 256. The 256, guys. And then you make sure never to install any games on it because, you're not going to have any space left. Yeah, no, it would be the answer. I agree with all of you guys. You guys have got big brains. We need some big brains in the chat. I totally agree with you. If it gets underneath this zone, underneath here, it's going to smash the 50, I feel. And that's the kind of thing that's at stake here. And there's a couple of reasons why when we look at the SPX. The first reason why is we've actually had another rejection candle. So we had a long leg doji over here, a very slight kind of marginal decision made. It's come back up. It's gone back down, obviously. And then it's gapped up here, creating a bit of a rejection style candle. So if we did close under here, what's going to happen is I think it'll dump because that's so much trapping by Wall Street. They will have been like, unloaded the trash to everybody else. Now we're ready. They go out and they're getting the crayfish lunches, guys. Absolutely. They'll be having the crayfish lunches on us. Great range. Keep your levels up there, guys. Be prudent to wait for proper cracks of either zone with a close. That's going to be one of the keys. Lou says, Tom doesn't have kids. 1 terabyte to store the 4K videos of the kids doing stuff. Yeah. Can't you just use cloud and pay like the $1 a month? Wouldn't that be cheaper? The $2 a month, I would probably do that. I think that 1 TB is pretty expensive. I think it's pretty damn expensive. I didn't actually look. But fair point. It's called the cloud, says Bradley B. There we go. The cloud. Well, it's not free, man. The cloud is expensive. They marginally charge you up, but the phone cloud stuff does work. Dom says, of course, they sold out of the iPhone. They only had enough chips to make 10 phones. I got one. And they had scavengers, had to scavenge a few 2014 Toyota Priuses to do that. Fair point. Fair point. Well, I've got a Prius in my iPhone coming, so I'll be very happy with myself. Let's keep going through some of these indices. So the US 500, US 100, I think we've trapped it up beautifully. I think you guys have big brains. You know what's up. Who's been playing this channel quite well? Let us know in the chat. Who's been playing that channel quite well? Because it's been pretty good. IWM bounced off the 220 line. 224, obviously the next target for IWM. It's going to open here marginally flat. I mean, this morning is... Could you see a more boring morning, guys? 0.02, 0.05, 0.01. It only gets interesting when we go into the stocks because that is some seriously boring futures action. But we've got that trapped. We know the 230. We know underneath the 220 really starts to put some massive smashing on the IWM. So we'll keep watching the space. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, you sneaky cat. I mean, it still looks good. It's held up like a boss. Like yesterday, the market was up, down, and all around. And Tesla's like, nah, I'm just hodling in between our little range. We've talked about the weekly. I think today is all about this weekly close. If Tesla can scratch out a bit of a long here, if it can scratch out like a 765 plus, oh, I'd be so happy for you guys more than anything else. That would be sweet because... yes, I do believe this chart is still maintaining some fantastic price action, and let's hope it can continue. That was a strong day, even though it did nothing, because if it did nothing and it didn't go down much, what's happening? There is buyer demand. We've also seen a huge amount of puts that are sitting all over here for the next couple of months. So remember, jump on over to the Yahoo options, not sponsored by them or anything. Of course, Yahoo's like an archaic past thing from 1990s internet, but they do have a pretty good little options finance thing there. So you should check that out. Bitcoin, Slothbag says, Bitcoin, Tommy boy, it's being quite the naughty boy right now. Is it really? Or are you not understanding? We've got to understand, Slothbag. What have we been talking about here? Consolidation like this, okay? We'll go over to that in just a second because I'm telling you right now, it's not that naughty. It's not that naughty. Walter Clinch, $2. Please list your top 200 airline stocks. Yeah, that's never going to happen. And I didn't even know there was. Malaysia Air is my favorite airplane stock. The one I've flown the most on, or I flew quite a few times with my friends back in the day. Oh, it was pretty damn bad. What was it? It was a long time ago. Damn it. It was another Malaysian carrier. Asia Air. That place was dodged. They always sold me business class. I tried to anyway. The business class was like literally premium economy on that airplane. That was when in my younger days. Oh my God. Walter Clinch, that will never happen, but thank you very much for the $2. Let's have a look here at the Bitcoins because people, people are getting upset about the Bitcoins. People are lazy. They don't want to wait. They want instantaneous gains. I understand Bitcoin Army, but at the same time, I'm not going to cry about what it's currently doing. So let's look at our image here. Okay. So we have the low, the ridiculous day of Walmart fake news, the closure above, and then we've got the consolidation. All right. So we look at all of this. You guys can see it. And then we switch over and we go, boom. Wait a second. It looks the same. Did I just redraw this chart or did some giant big brain Wyckoff guy come up with it? Look, we do expect this as being even more fantastic, especially if it closes out. I'm telling you what, it looks the same. Like, blink and you'll miss it. Well, bam. It's the same thing. Hey, I like it a lot. I would love to see this break out on the weekend above 48.5 and do some serious rallying. And then, of course, the rest of the crypto coins should be good. You know what I also kind of like, and you guys are going to hate me for this. It's kind of like Bitcoin just chilling here. It's actually pulling some of the other coins down. giving better opportunities for some people. I mean, ADA is obviously a bit sick right now. It's floating around. It's kind of heavy buying at 230 and doing its little thing. Ethereum pulling back actually much worse than Bitcoin. And then we go over to XRP again, pulling back to that $1 kind of range. Why do I have XRP there anyway? I hate this coin. Get out of here. There we go. Don't downvote XRP, Army. There is a reason, okay? It's because XRP is a trader's coin. I don't believe it's a hodler's coin. Hodling XRP has not paid off well. And you've got to be honest with yourself out there, Ripple guys. You got to be honest. Has hodling XRP, you can put smiley face. Yes, it's been working out for me. But be honest. Has XRP actually been hodling good for you over the last couple of years? Or are you a little sad that you didn't pick Cardano, that you didn't pick Bitcoin, that you didn't pick Polka Dots? Well, Polka Dots wasn't old enough, but you know what I mean. You haven't picked those other coins. You're a little sad, little grumpy. The SEC's made you pissed off. We know that's true. And you could have picked Doge and done better. I know XRP, but it's traders coin, guys. Pumpy dumpy. KSM, one of my favorites. You know, I love the KSM. Yeah, but a lot of these coins are coming back down, and that's not necessarily bad. I just think that, you know, Bitcoin's really hodling fairly well up here. So once that breaks out, we know what happens. Bitcoin goes first. Bitcoin has its little run on it. Then it kind of falters. Ethereum runs. ADA runs at the same time, it seems like nowadays. And then all the other coins run. So not too bad going into the weekend. I quite like it. Let's see what the XRP people say. PK Summon says XRP and LTC equals dead coins. Yeah, I don't like either of those. But LTC, yeah, LTC was done dirty back in 17. People that were there in 17, they know what happened. When you've got the main man, he's like, oh, sorry, guys, I had to sell. But, you know, I'm still so happy about the coin. I don't think so. He was like, wow, I'm a billionaire. Hell yeah. Absolutely. He was loving it. He smashed it. Could you please take a look at silver? Big red candle yesterday. Yes, we will have a look at a whole bunch of these things. What do you think about Ethereum Classic? It's a trader's coin that randomly moves sometimes. It randomly moves. You know what I mean? It just has this little weird movement and then it goes back down. I'll be absolutely frank. I like only coins that have absolute networks on them where other coins are created on them. I want to see ICOs. I want to see project news. I want to see news. I don't care about transactions. Oh, it's faster than Visa. Don't care. I don't care, because I think what's happening is you've got to think when you're hodling a coin, what fundamentally rips it up over time. Lots of news, lots of new projects, lots of excitement. It's a hype market. So if you have a hype market and you have lots of things being built on your network, then hey, I say it's a big win. All right, let's look at this silver for this gentleman. It's pretty sick, bro. It's pretty sick. I mean, gold, yeah, gold's getting belted back down again. They're not, you just can't pick them up, can you? I mean, we had that one good trade on silver. You can see the box. I remember it. We could have picked up again at 24.20. It didn't really, just came down like a falling knife and then never came back. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, where do you consider the next level for silver? Is it all the way down here at like a 22? I guess so. I will say one interesting thing, though. Tyrone was on the stream, obviously, yesterday, if you weren't watching and you were trading gold. And we did talk about this December run. So December. If you look at the December runs, you look at the September period. So you look at this October, September period, weakness. October, September period, weakness. Seasonally weak at the moment. Look at the weakness. And then what happens to December? Big rips. So if you're interested in gold, maybe it's better to come back in a few months around that November, December time. Have a look through your seasonal studies of the last 5-6 years. And if you've got gold sitting on these supports and then all of a sudden it starts to break out, hey, could be a good scale opportunity for you. Taking little bits of risk on as you reward yourself with a great trade. And guess what? If it rips hard, I mean, these are significant moves. This is 1780 all the way up to 1955. Here it is, December the 1st, 1461. By the end of January or middle of January, we're at 1602. So they're big moves, and that's something that you can watch out for if you're a bit of a commodities trader. PK7 says Sol is going to sell off 76% like Matic. It's possible. It's possible. Yes, he did. Charlie Lee was a boss. He sold right at the top. How bad Sol going? Let me have a look at this, and then we'll get into more stocks. I just want to have a look. Out of interest. Oh, nasty. Look at that. Sneaky down. Where does it find the low? Chat, let me know. Where's your low for this thing? Where does it end up going? Let's do a fib of the whole move here, just out of interest. Where am I? There it is, fib. Ooh. So 50s here, 38.2's just been hit. 50's 118, just underneath 100, 50, and the 50 exponentials here. I don't really like it when coins go back too far. Like, I like this zone here. So maybe like a wick to the 50 exponential would be nice. Maybe like a 120. Bit disappointing it's going down so much though. But this is what happens. Big rally, big dump, pumpy dumpy. That's the way the coins often operate, except for the big ones. Good luck out there, guys. All right, let's have a look at the VIX. So the VIX has actually risen here a little bit. Now, you'd say, well, why is the VIX risen? It's just because of the quadruple witching. I mean, it's not that the market's volatile. You can see here the market's doing nothing, yet the expectation of slight volatility here. Remember, the market's not even down right now, yet the fear index is rising slightly. I don't think these are good trades anymore on the fear index. You guys know when I like it. I like it down there. And if you are looking at trading the fear instead of the S&P 500, then obviously you get underneath the 50 exponential moving average on the daily on the S&P 500. Expect the VIX to spike hard, and also expect algo flow to really come through as well. So as in, like, the algorithms will go psycho underneath that level. They'll start pushing it. There might be like a little flash. And if that flash comes through, then you will expect the VIX to flash with that. So just something to be watching out for. Absolutely. Carl Kenner says XRP has doubled since I started hodling it. The question is, how much would you have made in the other coin? You could have been lucky and got it when it was like, 50 cents in March or something. I remember that. I know a lot of big hodlers of XRP. I know one guy, he only just buys XRP. I don't know why. He just buys XRP. He would have made 40x on any other coin, but he just buys XRP. And he's done well. He's made money, but yeah, every pay packet for years now into XRP. That's it. Crazy. US oil still breaking through. Obviously, we've hit the 73, pulled back here a little bit. If you're interested, 74 will be the next resistance kind of high, I believe. I don't know if I'd get in right here though, but if you are in, still looks all right. 74, breaks through 74, pull back, and then of course we go back up, hopefully to test our 77 level. Once it got through that downward trend line, this is a repairing market, as we call them here on the channel. We have that inverse head and shoulders down here, and we have that closure out. Great buy there for anyone that did it, and you got rewarded 2 days later with a fantastic long there. Fantastic. Take a look at 20-year bonds. 20-year bonds also broken through the resistance, coming back down, testing it as support. Be interested to see how these bonds end up reacting today. That's the 20 years. And we'll go through some stocks in a second, but I'll read your chats first. Let's see what you guys have to say. We're about 35 minutes off the market open. Thank you to the 972 viewers that are joining us this morning. Remember to smash that like button, guys. It does help us out quite a lot in getting seen on YouTube. I do appreciate it if you do that. Shizzy Wiznut says, Gareth Evans, it is lower. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. What else have we got? Goodbye in Feb. Yeah, but there was plenty of other coins that did even better, unfortunately. What I guess I'm saying is that there's a lot that do better than it, and that's kind of the sad part. We talked about XRP. You're actually just looking for it to come back down to the dollar. Around that $1.03 will be the support if you want to trade it. 61.8 fib, people said, for 61% fib. 61 or 61? Yeah, 61.8. Bradley B says for Sol. And then Mike says $100 for Sol. And Carl goes 90, 50 EMA from Sean. Interesting. Market is full of traps and knives. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Absolutely, it is. All right. Send through a couple of stocks, guys, but I only want stocks that have good TA on them. Send me through some good stocks. Come on now. Let's see if the community can come up with a good trade today. Give me some stocks. And I don't want trash, okay? No trash. If it's under $1 billion of valuation, I don't want to see it. Don't bring it in. If you bring it in, I'll never look at your comment again. Ever. Even if you pay me. Well, I won't remember that, but you know what I mean. If you pay me, I'll look. Let's have a look at Intel. No, I like Intel. I still like Intel. Look at that beautiful little bullish hammer. I mean, it's a boomer stock, so it's going to be slower. But look, I like Intel's price action, guys. Nasty rejection week here. Then that nasty rejection week has been ensued by bullishness, then bullish bearishness, then bullishness again, then a weak rejection. I like it a lot. I mean, it's got inverse head and shoulders. It's got a beautiful resistance point that's acting as support. There's a little small increase of volume in the last couple of days. Hey, I can't complain about the Intel. It's boring, but it looks okay. A few people are saying UPST. All right, let's see if you guys are right. Okay. I mean, it's in a trend. I mean, it looks good. I can see why you've been long. This is good base. That's a good closure. That points all, 90 or a lot of the percent of the time to break a new resistance. It's going through the 300. I mean, even right now it's doing it. Look, it's strong and you can keep following the trend if you choose to do so. But other than that, it's just the trend. All you're doing is following the trend, and when it'll end some point, and the way you'll know it probably ends based on the speed at which this thing's going right now is it's going, and what it's done in the past is most of these types of trends, when they're really aggressive, they have a super blow off event. So that basically is where it just gets so ridiculous. Everyone's piling into it. And you see what is like an unstable growth day. So you'll have like this massive unstable growth. Let's have a look at Moderna. That's probably a good example because I got yelled at about this by the community. So these are the unstable growth days. So basically what happens is it goes do. Everyone's like, oh, it's vertical. And then it becomes disbelief. And then it goes absolutely crazy. And then on that last one, look at that candle there. Look at that candle. So that percentage on this is an 8 hour, which is basically a day, 20% in a day. It's all over on that point. When you're vertical like that, that's a blow off. And then you go into the recovery, into the stabilization after that. So if you want to know when to be scared of something like UPST, it's usually when it does like an uncharacteristically large candle. Everyone's talking about it. And when everyone says something, remember elevator theory, you go into the elevator and a guy wearing a tank top with a scraggly beard is telling the other guy, hey, dude, you've got to buy UPST, man. UPST, man. You got to buy UPST. And then they're like, yeah, I put all my money into it. Yeah, it's great. When you hear that, you run. You scale out, and you bail. Because believe me when I say scraggly beard guy, he's not going to be telling you the good information in the elevator. That's for sure. UPST is a Motley Fool pick. Okay. Motley Fool pick a lot of stocks, so I'm sure they have plenty of them. UPST will fill its gap. So I assume you're talking about slight pullback there after the open this morning. CMAC wants Starbucks. Okay. Let's have a look at Starbucks. Look, what else have we got here? Rich Buddy. The hell is Frenchy Dogs? I don't even know what that is, man. Frenchy Dogs. Is that like some kind of hot dog company? Starbucks 114. Yeah. we do not like. We do not like. The other day, someone asked me about this in the private community, and they were looking at it from kind of like a flag into another, like a breakthrough here into another breakthrough. But the thing is, it never even confirmed. They were looking here, looking for a breakout past 120, and then obviously continuation to 126. It didn't happen. My main problem with Starbucks is always been my standard thesis, which is as the economy opens up, I think that even though they've had explosive growth, they're going to have a little bit of weakness in terms of the explosive growth will disappear slightly, and then they'll come back down. I like Starbucks around this level, about that 109. Yeah, currently underneath the weekly 20. If it closed underneath here, I'd like it to go back down to the 50, hit this level, somewhere in this zone, find support, and then bounce off. Damith DS, $5. TA on FSLY. Let me just quickly grab that. Wow, UPST was crazy. How many people wanted that stock? Damn. TA on FSLY and SPLK, please. Sure, we can do this. 28 minutes till the market opens, guys. We are flat coming into witching day. Be careful. We're in a channeling range. If you're not sure what the channel looks like, scroll back about 15, 20 minutes and you will be able to see all our levels. We will recover it soon, though. SPLK, I still like the stock. It is still boring and it is moving around, which is nice. Why do I like SPLK? I like the giant inverse head and shoulders. There's the left, there's the head. There's the right shoulder, obviously retesting here at the conservative entry. I like the last 2 days of candles. Once it breaks through here, I believe it'll have a bit of a rally in it and move back into the 175. This has done a full recovery curve, so I like it quite a lot. The other one you want is FSLY. Now, if memory serves me, this stock was in the doldrums last time we checked it. It still looks like it is. Wow, I remember over here how many people on Twitter, I swear this was stock. And you guys correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Was this like a Twitter fave? This was a Twitter fave, yeah. They were going nuts about it. I've always disliked this company compared to, some of the others that I'm a big fan of, the Nets, the CrowdStrikes, etc. There was a guy that put me on to never touching this thing with the 10-foot barge pole, and he was very right. Let's now break down what's happening because it could be deep value. In a hyper stock. Well, firstly, let's just show you the weekly to show you how bad it really is. So you've got that run in 19, then it's come down to basically the 19 price, and it's hovering around here. So we'll go to the daily. I think it is on support. So you've got support after breaking through. This is the point of maximum pain. So that's maximum pain right there. I think that's probably as low as it goes unless it's got more fundamentally bad information. It's filled the gap, which is very nice. And then we did that in 1 day. And then now it's found rejection, long leg doji. It's rejected back, then it's gone rejection wick, rejection wick. So there's been some buying here and we close above this little area. What is this? 45. I don't mind it. 45 could be like where some people start to think about doing a little scaly. And then once you break through that 48, you pretty much have a very good lightning bolt on a higher time frame. And then you can start talking about 61. I'll add FSLY back into discussion points. There we go. It's added back in because why not? Not too bad. Johnny Bravo says Fastly was tied up with the Trump TikTok ban. Oh, okay. I can't remember why. But I do remember that someone said to me, no. Anytime Australians try to make some kind of like war, oh wait, can't mention that word. What is it? Military, we can say that word, thing, they screw it up. Mm-hmm. Do you know that we like to buy old planes here in Australia? We spend lots of money on them too. Old planes. Permit Fisher, $4.99. Thank you very much, Permit Fisher. And luckily, I have... Wait, you didn't have any message. Oh, I thought I did have a message from it. I didn't. Permit Fisher, $4.99. Thank you very much. You have a nice fish there, sir. Very, very good. It was only one guy spamming the chat on UPST, says Dave. Oh, he got me good then, didn't he? You got me good. And then CMAC says Etsy, and CO Rock says Fiverr. You love Fiverr. Let's have a look, because Fiverr had a decent trade on it the other day, and it continues to look okay. Nice. Yeah, there was our resistance, our closure out, our pullback still looks similar. Looking for the gap fill, which it's almost done. And then I guess we're hoping for it to really smash past that 200 and then move back up into probably about 238 territory. I wouldn't be too greedy. Greediness would be up here. I think somewhere around here or even here makes more sense. But yeah, still looks nice. We'll do Etsy. Etsy. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, nice closure. Etsy does look strong. Great consolidation, great pickup. So people got it here around that 210. You had to be a bit patient, but it didn't really go down much. Holding, when a stock holds pretty well in down markets, there's some momentum behind that thing generally. So yeah, that's a nice breakout there on a green day. Let's hope that now goes on to the 240 territory. Etsy, not a bad one. CMAC, thank you. What do you think about Team? Oh, Brett C, I missed yours. I'll read it in a second. TEAM. Yeah, this is one that one of the guys, I think it was Eka, was in hard. So Eka actually managed to get in around here for it, and I think he had some here. So look, it just keeps rallying, this one. It's been quite strong. Obviously, 4 hour 20 is the key kind of moving average that's following. I would look for this to do some kind of extreme break. Like if you're in it, you just keep following your trend. Why would you stop it? But when you're looking for the closure or the last level, it's going to be that real extended size. So you basically wanted to have that really extreme extension, just like we saw on Moderna. And if it does that, you might want to bail. Flag currently playing out, and the length would be pretty large as well. I feel like it's about that into that. So that's calling around a 426. So pretty nice stuff. Brett C, $5 Australian. Thank you very much, Brett C. ASX on the NIC. You were dead right. Fingers crossed for the move above after consolidations at resistance/support. I had it at 106, 107, something pumping it. NIC. Okay. You have it at what? 106. Okay. You had it down here, didn't you, as well? I thought you did. Yeah, I mean, it's back into the range. I don't really like the fact that it hasn't closed. I really wanted it to close bullish here. So we need this thing to close bullish, damn it, above 110. Back up, get a 110 plus close, and then you can resume. And we want to resume to these levels, 119, 120, or 120 would be. But you need to close above here because you're still in that consolidation base. Something pumped and dumped it a little bit on you. So now what you need is just a closure above here to resume whatever the hell this pump was. Yeah, for sure it was playing. Lieutenant Dan says old planes are cool, not when you spend about $40 billion on them. Anyway, we'll go with that. And Gareth Evans has the right word. Say battle. That's right. Battle planes. Battle planes. Let's go FB. Facebook. Thank you very much. 1,071 viewers joining us. Nothing has changed since our last time we analyzed this. Big Dipper says, I saw this yesterday. It's not the W word, it's raw. You mean like, doesn't that, well, wouldn't raw just mean like WWE? I don't know if I want to go there. WWE is a disgrace nowadays, guys. It really is. It's like Wow. I remember it back in the 90s. I thought it was cool back then, but now, oh man, I watched it this year once. Oh no, no, no. That was bad times. All right, so there's a great trend line here going on. I am enjoying the trend line. It is good. And Facebook also tends to have a decent kind of, sometimes it picks off this resistance. So if it does end up rallying back into the resistance, $400 would be a great take profit for it. All you're waiting for is the 50 exponential. It just looks like the S&P 500, just a more boring version of it, actually. Yeah, around here. I think Facebook's slightly underappreciated in the market, but it's not because of Facebook itself. It's the other businesses that you'll want to look at. It's the other businesses that you always want to look at there. Permit Fisher says, I do enjoy the vids, especially the ones that come out here in the evenings here in the States. Yeah, by the way, guys, just if you have feedback, let me know right now. If you think that the video should include something else, let me know. I do try to cover as much as possible as quickly as possible. So it's always good. All right, 10-year yields are shooting up. We haven't looked at the 10-year in a little while. Even I haven't bothered looking at it. Yeah, it's moving around. It's almost hit the downward trend line. There it is. That could be kind of seen as a potential negative, as we know, for the Nasdaq. There's the 10-year. It's Michael Blurry. He's ready. He's going to come in. This is looking quite strong. If I saw that on a stock, so this is a great setup, guys, just so you learn. So you've got that basing structure. You've got higher lows coming through, and obviously a very similar resistance, plus a huge downtrend that's being very consistent with its highs. So you break out here. What did this big brain chat think? What do you guys think about that? Miss the music? We'll put it back on one day. Yeah. More crypto TA charts would be great today, Tom. Yeah, we might try to do some more crypto. Someone wants Moon pretty badly. I think it's Blue Maserati. Yeah, if it closes above here, this would be quite significant. I think the next point you're talking about is 1.5. And this could also put downward pressure on, of course, the Nasdaq, which is notoriously weaker than the others at this time of year. Obviously, Feb is the really weak month for the Nasdaq, but September also can be relatively weak. Let's go through some of our favorite stocks. We'll do some Square first up. Actually did close above. That's not bad. So this was a 2-day long leg doji. Let's go to the 2-day. There's the 2-day. Decision made. You'd have to think right around that 50. Looks okay on the charts. Looks okay. So if you like it, maybe that's the first signal we've seen that things are looking a little bit better for it. I don't particularly like it, but it does look a little bit better. Let's go down to the Apple charts. You can again see the importance of the current zone. We've got rejection, rejection, rejection. You get that follow through today, guys. I find it hard pressed to go negative on the markets right now because you get that follow through. What the markets are telling us is, well, we've rejected this zone on one of the biggest stocks in the market, and we're going to get through that 150. And once we get through there, we move back into the highs, and all of a sudden the Nasdaq's really ramping. But if we manage to close underneath these, that could be blood in the streets because significant stop losses will be taken out here. So just remember, we look at the 1 hour time frame and 2 hour time frames. Support becomes resistance. We've traded that 2 days in a row. We're going to open exactly on that point. Amazon, another one that's been fantastic so far. That bounce, if anyone was able to pick it up at 3,400, was significant. I think it's a bit of a sleeper hit. Maybe it's not going to run in September. Maybe it's not October, but November, historically, an amazing seasonal for Amazon. We love November Amazons. Amazons is very good. Oil put a solid 1 hour red down. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's coming back to the little support. I want it to close above here so I can go to 74. It's been a good rally so far in oil. This would be worrying if it closed under here. Could come all the way back down. So something to watch. Absolutely something to watch. Amazon still looks okay. if you like it, and it could have that good seasonal moving forward. Google, I feel, is weakening. Even though I love the company in terms of the forward projections on it, and I think it was a sleeper for a while, it's getting pretty high. And while it's taken a while to get through, Amazon is my FANG of choice. Which is your FANG of choice right now, guys? Let the community know. Speak your names. Which FANG do you like the most right now? Pick it and let's see. Scott Robinson, Australian, $7.99. Tom, I like your work. Thanks very much, bro. Hims and you, please. All right, we'll do Hims and you. Oh my goodness, we're being attacked by the nasty boss tokens. Probably shouldn't even have read that name. But obviously it's a scam of some kind, because otherwise they wouldn't need bots to bring it in the room. Now, that is only my so just figuratively speaking, yeah, just in case it isn't. But don't bring bots in the room, nasty boss token. All right, so support is not really found here on end phase. We're just looking now for it to get back above this 160. Otherwise, 160 rejection, and it still looks quite weak on the charts. It's amazing how you just don't get that closure above. It gets underneath, and then that weakness comes through. Some people might try to rally it in. If they are trying to rally it, be careful around that 161. All right. I might have to just quickly deal with the bot. 1 second, guys. So annoying. 1 sec. I'll fix this. How do I fix this again? There we go. All right, this will fix it. Pretty funny. There you go. Rich Buddy says, because not me, Rich Buddy says, you do not want to buy the boss. It's a Ponzi. Well, that's all right. We put slow mode on them, so it's going to be harder for them to... Actually, wait, will that even work? Probably. We'll see. Let's keep going with Hims. Hims and hers. Health. Wowzers. For some reason, I have text down here. Okay. A lot of resistance here at the $9. Let's go to the weekly. Ooh. Weekly's nasty. Rejection. So we know $9 closure is going to be the bullish intentions are happening, but this stock is so hard to pick. It is really not one of my favorites to go for, this one. I've got to be realistic with you there, Scott. The problem is you're trying to pick the bottom of something that's really sick, and therefore it's difficult. You can be stuck in these things for ages. Not my preference. Not even my preference after this little rally here. Watch carefully this top. If it closes above, I guess that's the first big signal for it. But you'll want to do a lot more action for me. I would actually expect it kind of to weaken here, then pull through, and then you're talking about inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Let's take a look at Unity Software. So this one, I do feel like it hit the TP that we had. If it keeps rallying, all you're looking for it is above 139, and then you can go towards your next level. The good thing about TA is what you're really doing is you're basically saying, okay, if a level closes above, what's the most likely statistical thing to happen next? And if you don't have much information, if you have a bit of information on the left-hand side, what we could basically figure out based on this closure is that last time it rallied through and it got up to here, because we know that obviously the support was there. Then it came down very quickly through this zone. So clearly there is not much problems with it if it closes above here to go back to at least this zone. That's what makes sense. It's easy to see that in the market. Then if you go to above this point, the next most logical conclusion is to try to reach these topping highs. So I've gone the midpoint through here, and the reason is because of this wick. I don't want to be greedy. So if it closes above, you're looking for the 166. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate it. Blue Maserati, $5. Tom, will you send me an OTE play I can buy at open to clear my margin debt. Odeti. What the hell is that? I assume you just want something that's like going to move very quickly. What have you done, Blue Maserati? Actually, I saw your comments in the Discord. I am sad for you that you took the margin debt position, but I guess I hope it's not life-changing bad margin. You've got to not do it, guys. Like, learn from everyone else's mistakes. Please do not over margin your own positions. Blue Maserati, you know I can't send you anything in particular. I can't give that kind of advice or anything, but keep watching. You'll find some very good trades occasionally. We'll have some good ones in the chat, and I'm sure you'll find one to do it. But don't chase, man. Do it the right way. Get it back. Get it back the right way, bro. Chasing is, if you 0 days to expiration, yeah. I figured it was that. Like a crazy YOLO options call. I can't do it for you, bro. Alec Diefenbach, Australian $4.20 says FMG, please. A very sick stock at this point. Let's see what everybody says about the FANG stocks, which ones they like. Blue Maserati, unfortunate there, but we'll find some good ones. Has he covered AMD? Not yet. What was everyone's FANG stocks? I think the stupid random spam bot came in. Amazon, PayPal, don't worry, Lil TV. We'll do that in a second. Facebook, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla. Okay, that's not much of a FANG. So there we go. So it seems like Amazon is the most popular. Let's do Alex. I do wish you all the best, Blue Maserati. We're going to get you there, man. We're going to get you there the right way. This stock is quite sick. So this was my theoretical kind of targeting on FMG. Basically, I had this as the first level. I'm not going to pick it up unless it moves around. And then unfortunately, I know Twiggy's companies well. And I know when they go on rampant speculation fests, they tend to dive pretty hard. So I'm actually looking for it to potentially come down to, about $12. Now, you probably don't want to hear that. A few people are pretty upset with the stock price today, from what I understand. But yeah, it's pretty sick. If you're going to pick up an iron ore stock like this, you've got to wait for it to turn around. Iron ore can get pretty brutal. This is what happens to miners, guys, when things go wrong and the kind of heat comes out of them. So you get that really huge double top. I actually think this could go as low as around $12 before it really finds base, unfortunately, Alec. Look for turnarounds based on lightning bolts, based on the principles that we always talk about here on the screen. Now, where was TB? Where are you, sir? You had a stock you wanted me to cover, and I said I would. Now I've forgotten. Damn it. PayPal, I think it was. Let's have a look at PayPal. PayPal. And we got Ulrich Nielsen, DKK $20, RRL, Rolls-Royce. We'll do that. And thank you very much, Dave. It was PayPal. Nothing's changed on PayPal. We're right at the correct level. So basically the previous resistance right here, support, we need it to start turning around now, though. You saw that movement on Square. PayPal should be moving with it. So it's at the support. It's at the roll reversal zone. I'd like to see it break out over the next kind of day or two. Otherwise, I'd be scared for it. I wouldn't be holding it past this zone. If it gets underneath there, not so good. Mark, New Zealand $5 says, can you have a look at near for me, Tom? Yes, I'll just do Ulrich's one and then I'll do your one. And then we'll get into our quick rapid fire here with the market opening very soon. So we'll do Rolls Royce, RR.L. All right. Rolls Royce, that one there. Okay, let's have a look at the weekly. Nothing much that I think about this, Ulrich. I know you like to pick the ones that are down a little bit. This is at least a weekly closer that looks all right. You could get stuck in it for a while. Oh, I think you're looking at this monthly. Yeah, that's better. The reason I say that's better all of a sudden, guys, is because something unique happened last month on Rolls-Royce. Look at that. Closed above any other closure. Then it's rejected and you're about to get a weekly hammer. I don't mind it, sir. First target 130. After that, obviously a lot higher movement could happen. You really like picking these stocks that are down and out. And you could also say it's in a inverse head and shoulders. Maybe neckline, kind of like that or something. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. If you want to scale into it, I guess there is principles here. Mark, New Zealand, $5. Can we do NIA? We certainly will. NIA, assume it's this one. I hope it's not that one. Can you please just tell one of the mods, Mark, which one you want? Wait, you're from New Zealand. Is it a crypto? It's got to be the crypto. That thing is horrible. Okay, there we go. That other code didn't make any sense. This coin, I would like it here. $7. Get the range, draw the box, man. Draw the box. So get your rectangle out, put it between these two kind of areas. So the body and the wicks. So around that 750, and ideally it comes down to that and you pick it up. Weakness still ensuing here. So see how we've got like a low, but we've got a series of kind of lower troughs coming through. I'd be careful around here, but this is what I'm looking for, right around there. Thank you very much for the donation. Okay, let's do some really quick rapid fire for quadruple witching event. We'll quickly scroll through a couple of key stocks. Microsoft looks like it wants to move up and through with the buyback. That's going bullish, whatever. Beam holding the same zone. That's probably not that interesting. CRISPR still stuck in the zone, whatever. SPLK, great role reversal this time. CRM, fantastic level. If you picked it up here, you have a massive big brain. Well done to you. And it looks like it's going to keep going. TDOC is absolutely on the lowest support it's been on for a long time. It's kind of like, I almost say it's hyper stock deep value, but this stock is seriously boring. I'm looking for it to close above here in the future, but it won't do it yet. Baba might have a green day coming off of the base, but at your own risk. Twilio, decent. Let's have a look at the 2 hour here. Okay. First signs of life from Twilio. Base, rejection, closure above. If you like the stock, it looks like it's basing a little bit there, so it could be worse. Nvidia, do your own TA, obviously. Nvidia, I feel like it's weakening. Series of lower peaks, closed under 219, could push it back to around 210. I'm interested in that zone, as you can see. Pins still boring. Etsy breakout yesterday, quite nice. Might move over the next couple of sessions. DKNG, nothing much here, I don't think. Let's have a look at the daily. Just sitting and hodling around its 20 moving average, so nothing much going on there. Intel, you guys know I like the Intel trade, even though it's a boring company. Airbnb going for new highs. Very nice. Okay, that's good. Still looking for that target of 180 on this. We'll keep following it. Netflix pulling back. Oh, hit our little zone and then it's moved off. NVAX still trying to get up there. It's on support at the moment. PayPal on support. Zoom trashing itself into the lows. We need to wait for proper recovery there. Twitter was questioned before. It's at the resistance. I still don't like it, but it is there. Zillow waiting for this thing to break through. Big alert at 100. And what else we got? We got AMC. Nothing much we can do here on AMC. So we're about to open, guys. We're about to ding, ding, ding. It is quadruple witching day event. We've obviously got markets coming in at slightly down. Let's do it. Here we go, guys. US 500, US 100. We're at the resistance. We're selling off early into this market. And Tesla, of course, has looked much better than others, but it is the quadruple witching. All about options today, guys. We know that we have a ton of SPY expiring. I'll put this on SPY so you can see. So there's so much SPY expiring at 450. They will not like it above that level. They will not like it above that level. So the S&P 500 actually opens up down 0.14% on the futures, and Nasdaq quickly shorts here on sneaky day down 0.3% there early. AMC, watch this one. You're looking at like a 48.50 plus closure if you're bullish on this. You want above that, then back to the 52.30. And if it gets above that, then we can celebrate, but I doubt that happens today. Thank you very much for the donations. Welcome to Friday, guys. Whew, that was close. We barely got there. So US 100, if you're wondering where the ranges are, let's just quickly bring up these 1 hours. We'll do our indices discussion. Let's do some more indices discussion. There we go. So we've got our resistance very clearly detailed through this in terms of the futures. 15,000, let's call it 550 is the new resistance high. And then the weakness down to around this level here. So you'd want to box that up. Let's do it together right now. Box that up. There we go. Closure underneath 15,360 is the real deal, I feel. I feel that is actually very weak for the market and something that we'll be wanting to watch. So there's the two zones. We're stuck in the middle of the ranges. You guys can see how it's traded. It's not like we've made this up today. We've seen it happen so many times. So many times. TSQ says chain link, please. Yes, we can do chain link. What did Kevin say? Thank you very much, Kevin. Appreciate your looking out for Ulrich there. I missed him today. So here's the market. We're trapped in the zone. Let's look at the US 500. Even more defined resistance through that 44.90. Sold off a little bit here early. Big support is going to be around this level. Remember, there are a lot of puts. If we look at the option spreads and we go, oh, it's blinding, isn't it? That white. Just put this in your mind for a second. There are 196,000 contracts sitting here for 450 today. Do you think Wall Street want to let that money go? No. They're nasty creatures, guys. Oh, it's so blinding. Damn. Oh, white screens. I don't know how you guys trade with them anymore. I'm becoming boomer on that. I got 130,000 sitting at 460. They do not really want it here. It is not in their best interest. It also is kind of like not their best interest actually for October. Look how many strikes what they managed to get in there for the 450. So if we're looking at the sweet spot for closure today, it'd probably be around the support. Let's go to the September sweepstakes. Let's have a look here. Bring it onto the full screen. So here is the 450 that everyone's been looking at. Here is, of course, the 440. You can see the puts and the calls kind of like sitting with each other. Somewhere in this range of closure would be ideal for them. Even if they closed it slightly negative, there's so many options. They're making money on both sides. So, yeah, we ideally stay in this range for another day, let the options expire, and then give ourselves the range out. If it goes up above 450, I'd honestly be pretty surprised. I would be pretty damn surprised. Gareth Evans says, by the way, just had one hell of a stop hunt. Tom, could it be like a sucker punch to the market makers if an outside source pushed it above the force them to buy and execute the options? Well, that's when you create those really big runs. So it's kind of like what happened with AMD. I actually thought it wouldn't go past 105. Remember that? Because there were so many options sitting at 105. And then retail went nuts. They went psycho on AMD and they pushed that stock and they pushed it and they pushed it and they opened up hundreds of thousands of contracts on it due to Wall Street bets, you guys out there and everything else. And it didn't stop, did it? It just kept going. And then, of course, it stopped and they took all the money off everybody. AMD, by the way, right now, just floating around in its zone. So let's just quickly bring up here the... Wait, do I not have the Webull thing up? I don't. So we'll just scroll through, have a look at which stocks are doing well today. So GME up 1.73%. Rio, well, that's Australian stocks, so no one really cares, except for me and a few others. Twitter up slightly, Zoom up slightly, PayPal, unfortunately, down slightly, PLTR down. If you like PLTR, I actually would wait for it to come back to 27.50 because it tends to have nice little rallies and then have pullbacks. I wouldn't feel too much FOMO on that, but it was a great move yesterday. Intel down 1%. I still like it, even if it is down. What else we got here? Apple down 0.7, fairly significant. Microsoft down slightly, which is obviously these two are the only ones that really matter. They push the market a lot. And our good friends at Tesla flat as a tack into the witching event. So remember, perfect options expiry. Go have a look at the Yahoo options or something like that. Have a look where all the options are stacked on both the Triple Q, on the SPY, on Tesla, on your favorite stock, and you'll get a bit of an idea of why they're trying to keep it in a range. Let's now have a look at Chainlink because I said I would. So let's look at Chainlink. What's a crypto coin? Let's go to the daily here for the Chainlink. Oh, that's kind of gross, man. Why I say it's gross is because it's not doing it. It's consolidating randomly. Let's have a look at the 4-hour. Well, I don't really like this chart very much. Chainlink has a lot of FUD on it, I feel. Yeah, I probably think it comes to like a 20, 25, 50 or something like that. Not a huge fan of the Chainlink chart right now. mRNA, ouch. Let's have a look. Not too bad. Down 1.36%. Scott Morgan, Tom, is all the talk about order flow going to affect us retailers, or do they just not have anything better to talk about? Probably not much else to talk about. What do you mean by order flow? I don't know. Is there some story out? Maybe send me the thing in Discord. Scott, send it to me there. Thank you very much to the 1,000+ people that are here, by the way, that are giving us thumbs up and stuff. Appreciate you guys and subscribing. We do appreciate you very much here. BBIG, kind of feel like it's in the last legs of that rally. You know where the big issue is. It's very clear that you get underneath this kind of 750 range. It probably is all over. You kind of need it to rally right now. I feel like that's a weakening chart to me, but it all kind of ends here, and then bad things happen. D-Dog, please. I like D-Dog. I barely understand how the damn software works, but yeah, D-Dog is a great stock. Damn, I should have held more D-Dog. Damn, guys, 145. Yeah, that was my mistake. I actually had more D-Dog. Stupid Tom. Stupid D-Dog. 145, another breakout high. The company is worth 50. Oh, wow. It's worth 45 billion now. Geez, I remember down here not that long ago. Yeah, this is still rallying pretty heavily. It's obviously gapped up off the earnings event. The earnings call was good for it. It's coming into another earnings. I expect it probably to try to rally into the earnings. That's how it rallied into this earnings. This one, it was sick because it had that bad one over here. Yeah, looks all right. I'd just probably follow it by the daily 20. Oh, the SEC might ban order flow. Oh, yeah, I did read about that. Meh. Whatever. I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, it is, but still meh. It's not going to change everything. Andrej Chernish says, hi, Tom. Australian miners seem cheap now. Can you please take a look at Fortescue? We did just before. Scroll back, sir, and you'll find it. You will find it. A lot of big companies other than Hood make lots of money for PVOF. Most of the big retail traders, I think it's all bark, no bite. Fair enough. Yeah, the miners are starting to seem cheap, but they can go a lot lower. Just remember, when they're going off a cliff, you've got to wait for that turn off. SEC is talking about banning it. Yeah, I think the order flow levels, while they're pretty important, like pretty good, and obviously a useful thing, I don't think it's a big deal. It's just a lot of talking of crap. It takes ages as well, and then it'll be like, overturned and changed, and you know how it is, guys. Order flow, any of these things, they always say they're going to do something and then they do something slightly less bad. PLTR going to 30 fast. Let's have a look. PLTR. Let's bring that sucker in. Oh, look at it go. Well, if you got on the train yesterday, I don't know about jumping in on the FOMO train that much, but if you were in, I wouldn't have sold. So I think that's valid. 30 was our first target. 30 probably should be a level you consider scaling, though, just from a TA perspective. Previous little bit of resistance, obviously some issues around here, psychological zone. And you've also, I think there's more in PLTR, though, now. Because when you think it's been sitting doing nothing, we've talked about this range here becoming the new take, which is around 35. And we know when it ramps, it ramps. So yeah, if it keeps going, congrats. That's awesome. TDOC, look at this. Lots of stocks that people have hated recently up, yet the big guys are down. So Apple down here, US 100 actually down quite significantly, 0.42%. Tom loves PLTR now. I only love stocks that break out of good levels, truly. I don't see, the thing is, you guys falling in love with the story. You're falling in love with the fundamentals. You're falling in love with something else. I've loved Zoom sometimes, yeah? Zoom, I hate Zoom. But if it looks good, it looks good. Hey, why do we care? Didn't the adoption of PFOF make zero commission trading a thing? Probably. Not sure, really, on that, Scott. If that is true, I mean, look, I'm not really this big fan of zero commission. I mean, we all know you're all going to get turned on eventually. Eventually, these companies lose tons of money. They might have little subscriptions in the back, but this is all just building scale, and then they'll charge you on the back. Eventually, they will. That's how they do it. Yeah, exactly. Lost Gamer 3 years in litigation. Yeah, that's right. Finken says, I don't love any stock. I love the money. Sometimes I fall in love with the stock. Don't worry. Tom, Beam biotech consolidation. Yes. If you are interested in Beam, there's some guy. Let me see if I can give you a shout out for the guy. What's his name? I sent it to someone today. Scott, I sent it to you. That Dr. Dean. He kind of explains Beam pretty well. You can kind of search Beam YouTube video or Dr. Dean. He'll explain to you in some form of layman terms how CRISPR and Beam work. Maybe you'll find out something about it. You might like it. Musti says, OPAD, please. Tom loves Sundial too. How is our friend at Sundial going? Well, I can't say it's not a dog. And it is. Ah, see, Scott? Come to the Beam. The only problem with the Beam is their cash flow. It's so bad. Don't look at their book, man. It's bad. Just when you look at their book, just ignore it. And one day they'll do some kind of capital raise and you'll have to basically say, okay, well, I want more stock. Snow. Yeah, we can have a look at Snow. Fang's getting clapped. Probably an indice I should be looking at. Snow. Oh, I can't get behind it anymore, guys. It hit my level, okay? We can't look at it anymore because then it'll make me sad. No more than 320. That's what we were saying. Look, it's been a damn good recovery recently, and I congratulate all people that held to this zone. I feel like if you're going to keep holding it, you're looking for that 350. Thanks, that was very useful. Yeah, that guy's, well, he's at least he half knows what he's talking about, yeah, which is kind of nice. I sold AMD just because I was getting too attached to the company. Luckily, it was well in the money at the time. Well, it's good thinking, 79. Sometimes you can feel a little bit too much love for the company. Sometimes you can feel a little bit too much love. Full in Japan says, Tom, is the Forex market TA different with crypto and stock? Not really. I think I did well trading crypto and stock, but always get crushed in Forex. So what you're not understanding in Forex is Forex has no fair value. Crypto and stock, remember, they are easier trades to the long side because both crypto and stock generally go up. They are optimism machines. Why people get crushed in Forex is they can't understand that there is no fair value. And I'm sorry to say it, no one cares about the fundamentals. When you trade Forex, do not trade the fundamentals. You will get smashed. Don't even worry about the news. It is irrelevant. I'm telling you, I've done it for a long time. It is irrelevant. If you're scalping, of course, you need to be careful. But Forex news, trying to interpret, oh, it's trillions of dollars, guys. Like you can figure out, you're not some big brain economist. Not even those guys can figure it out. Ever have a look at like Deutsche, or however you say it, the bank? They had like a balance sheet and they had all their traders, and it was like profit in stock, profit in whatever else, bonds, and then monster loss in Forex. And you can just tell some dude was making big bets scaling in on some fundamental thing he thought was happening with whatever central bank he was trading against or with, and he got smoked. And it's because people in Forex don't understand that it doesn't have a fair value. It just floats. And another thing is, it is incredibly well known to stop hunt. And when you can smell stop hunts, which is part of our mentoring course, check it out, fxevolution.com, fxevolution.com. Check it out over the weekend. We talk about stop hunts, because when you could spot stop hunts, which are notorious in 1 hour charts on Forex, you can smoke them a bit better. You do a bit better there. Good question. As you can see, I get quite passionate about that subject. Let's have a look at the FAG. FANGs, is that even a code that we can get here? Yeah, FANG's certainly down quite hard. Geez, I remember picking up the FANG here back over this point. It seems cheap now. Is there any TA we can do on the FANGs? Go daily. I mean, we have big support here, so we'll certainly be watching that. Not really. Weekly. Oh, yeah, I like that zone a lot. Damn, that would be a sweet zone. Look at that with weekly 20s. Maybe the FANG is overextended and it's time to come back to the weekly 20. It's been away for a while. It all makes logical sense. The FANG makes sense. I like the 20. The 20 is sweet. If it happens, so be it. We'll watch it. Yeah, we can use both. It doesn't matter. I don't even know what this is. Is that that can't be real? Or is it new? Meh. So take a look at DXY. Go to the daily. Certainly is bouncing up. Ooh, that's a decent close if it happens. Yeah. Actually, that's a scale-in level for a lot of people. Closure above the bodies, but not the wick. And it keeps following through. Look, a lot of these things are pointing towards some sneakiness. I'm telling you, if the markets get underneath these lows here, this is an epic style trap, and it looks just like the previous years. Now, I've been trading long enough to know when this has happened a few times. That 18 one was pretty epic. People forget that one. The 18 one was sneaky because you guys are thinking, oh, it's up, down, up, down, up, down for a couple of days. This one was like, buy the dip, crap. Buy the dip, crap. Oh, no, margin. Oh, okay. And it's all good. That one had a big channel on it. And when it got smoked through, you can see the speed at which it comes off. It's very, like, the problem with these buy the dip scenarios where it gets very fearful very quickly is you literally are just investing, because like you can figure out TA to pick up down there. You'd have to be on like a 15-minute chart. Look how quickly it gaps up. Sell to a monster gap, then pull back. And we've got a trough, we've got a peak, we've got a higher trough, and then we get a higher peak. But geez, it's marginal. You know what I mean? Like, it's fast and furious. That's furious action. Sir, SPY is going to the 50 EMA. Certainly could be. If it gets underneath, party might get started. The bears will be coming out and getting their salmon from the Alaskan River. That's what they'll be doing. Big Dipper says, do you ever consider the RSI? Yeah, sometimes. I've used it a few times on the charts. Look, RSI is cool and all, but you're always going to know where it is. What you'll learn about indicators over time is it doesn't matter whether it's MACD, because it's just moving averages anyway, whether it's something like RSI, whether it's stochastic, whether it's something else, any indicator, you'll be able to know where it's at just by looking at the price action, because it'll always be at the same level when you're looking at a chart. I mean, you can wait for divergence. I mean, we like MACD a lot. If you want to know which MACD we prefer, bit of a top tip, guys, MT4 MACD is the best MACD. This one, not the crap one they've got in there. It's crap. This is the one. This one is beautiful. We like it a lot. MDA 99 DAS says indicators should only be used for divergence. Pretty much. Truly Messiah says Tom is yawning. Yeah, I'm tired, man. It's a rough week, dude. Rough week. Rough week. My portfolio is boring today, says Ozark. Oh, that's a shame, sir. All right, guys. Well, look, I'd like to say you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for sticking with us into, of course, the Open. We appreciate it greatly. We had some interesting looking charts today. Obviously, it looks like some hyper stocks are going okay and others, not so much. The big ones, the big FANG is down. PLTR up slightly. Zoom up 2%. I think it has work to do. And Tesla, oh, baby, come on now. We want that sweet weekly close. We love the Teslas here at the moment. Come on, baby. Tesla above this zone. Then we can talk about it on the weekend. Thanks so much. Subscribe, guys. Like the video, and we will see you for the weekend video where we'll talk about Tesla. We'll talk about Apple. We'll talk about random closes of bulls and bears. And, of course, any shenanigans that goes on during the quadruple witching event, which is today. Be careful out there. Things reverse. Things go crazy. And I'll leave you with the chart here just so you can quickly see our thoughts on the current Nasdaq. You can see, yes, it's selling off. We've got our support level. We know underneath here is bad. US 500, similar thing. Underneath here, let's call it that level right there, about 44, 40, 50, call it around that zone. Underneath that zone, bad. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Catch you guys. Bye for now.